left-hand lane. And a lot of the players have complained. Albee, who's in the next match, has made a change where he's using one shoe on the left-hand lane and a different one on the right.
Pat Healey now has strung 4. Coming up next on ABC's Wide World of Sports, an exciting new motorsports event rumbles into California. It combines the high speeds and close racing action of stock cars with the heavy metal thunder of bigger racing vehicles. It's the NASCAR Super Trucks. That's coming up next, right here on ABC Sports.
And just to follow that lane story a little bit, lane 3 has a little different panel. There's 5.5 panels that are 12 feet long that go from just inside the foul line to the pit that are used in synthetic lanes, and 2 of those have been damaged on lane 3 and replaced, so the lane's a little different than 4. And what a break he gets.
You can see that the crowd is with him. You can hear that the crowd is with him.
Well, as our old buddy Frank Esposito used to call that the Jersey squasher, and he just pushes the ball down. A rather stoic Pat Healey. We get a wry smile after this one.
Spare up.
See if Horan can come back from this, Chris. It's, just the crowd, he has to reset himself and take his time. They were kind of reacting to a replay. And so right now, Horan, who snuck by the first match with 265 over Parker Bone's 243, has got his back to the wall. He trails by 18.
No. 3-9.
What he needs to do is get the ball over in the 3-pin zone, carry it straight back into the 9. The key pin is the back pin. Much less margin of error for 3-9 than just the 3-pin or 9-pin by itself.
Well done. But there you see that Pat Healey has put 5 together. Has a 20-pin lead. Checkpoints. That he needed, only his 3rd of the game when he had 11 in his first game victory. We're at Harper College, where we'll return in a moment. All right, back again in Palatine, Illinois. Our 4th arena show in 1995, and something tells me there'll be more, because this is the excitement that is generated. For the fans here, some 3,000, hundreds turned away because no room at the end. No more room at the end. And here now is Pat Healey, leads by 20, 5 in a row, 7th frame, 2nd game. A touch, but standing. Graduate of Wichita State, where he's first team collegiate All-American in '87 and '88. Most valuable player at the National Collegiate Championships.
Watch his head pin go to the left sideboard, Chris, and if the center of that head pin had hit the 10 pin, it had knocked it over. They caught it down by the bottom of the pin, didn't quite have enough leverage to kick it off its axis. Healey is showing good technique, good composure all week long. Should have no trouble with this spare. I can make those spares tough, partner.
Oh, yeah.
Woo. Well, as we always said, all that you need to do is touch up the spares. That's why you can throw a fairly straight shot at the spins. And boy, oh boy, that's as narrow as you can nip it. Woo. You actually have a margin of error of about 13 inches to make a single pin spare. The diameter of the bowling ball about 9, the pin about 4, and he uses all of it as he makes the spare in the 7th. He leads by 19.
This time a wobbly 4. Three-time Team USA.
Now, if the 4-pin's going to get knocked down, it's going to be by the 2-pin. The third pin on the left-hand part of your screen. Watch the 2-pin. There it goes, the left sideboard. It hits the top of the 7. Doesn't quite catch the 4 in the center to trip it out. Right now, Healey going at 224 place. If Horan takes it off the sheet, it'd be 246. Once again, another tight, close game.
The man that finished 47th at the United States Open in Detroit a couple of weeks ago. Last year, 42nd in the 1994 Brunswick Memorial World Open.
Big shot for Horan right here. He doesn't want that lead to stay at 18 going into the 10th frame. He can cut it to 8 with a strike.
Big double, big double.
Horan has put himself in the exact same position, a little different score, that he had in his match with Parker Bowen III. Basically, he can strike out and shut out his opponent, who seemed to have control of the match all the way through up until this point. So each frame is critical, but this one is very important, as he can take the lead and keep himself from being shut out. 9th frame.
Pressure, pressure. Comes back. Moves the glove for a moment. Concentrates. But how about this for reaction and calmness? Or is it?
The underdog, Pat Healey, the international player, the U.S. amateur champion, right now has himself backed up to the wall against one of the great pros on tour, Dennis Horan.
Back in the 9th. Wichita State alums are cheering. And this is our view. Not bad, is it?
All right, Healey can strike out for 244. He can't shut out Dennis Horan. The National Collegiate Bowling Championships are being contested this week in Knoxville, Tennessee, and I'm sure a lot of the collegians are watching their chief competitor, the national champion, the amateur champion, bowling in bowling's premier event right now. His greatest test he's ever had at any level. He needs to throw 2 strikes to stay in this match.
Yes, yes. 8-10 lead, Wichita State.
All right, it's strike for strike at this point. That strike there makes Dennis Horan strike. If Healey gets another one, then Horan must strike again. And the only advantage that Horan would have is he has a 2-pin edge on count. If they both take it off the sheet, in other words, 244, 246, I still like having the strikes already posted. 8-pin lead can make it 18.
Hit. 3-6-10.
All right, simply for Pat Healey, he's done the best he could until that ball. Right now with the spear, he'll have 231. He will force Dennis Horan to get the first strike in the 10th and a decent count. The count depending on whether Healey makes the spear or not. All right, 231 for Pat Healey, an excellent performance. The situation for Dennis Horan is simply this. He needs a strike and a good count, at least 6 pins, and a spare, or strike and 8. Obviously, the strike must come first. This is the one. If he doesn't strike, he cannot win. Healey wins the match. Horan's ball drifts high, leaves the 6-pin. The international player is going into the semifinal.
Okay, today's Choice Hotels Tip of the Week features 1965 tournament champion winner Billy Hardwick.